Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Andrea. I'm about to do my episode review for the Vampire Diaries. I just said that really weird. Vampire Diaries. Episode The Ties That Blind. Okay. Let's just talk about the fact that Elijah's back. Yes, thank God. I'm so excited because it's about time that they undaggered Elijah. The episode starts off with Bonnie, and she's having another dream, and just like these dreams are getting super overexposed now. And she's dreaming, and then Klaus comes and like throws her in the coffin, and they're just like, is this even a dream? Is this real? And then she's in the coffin, she's like, somebody help me out, somebody help me out, I can't get out, I can't get out. And then somebody opens it and it's her mom, and they're just like, wait, I thought that was Bonnie, but apparently it was her mom. And so they're trying to find Abby Bennett, and then Damon walks into Elena's house and he's like, look at who I found, road trip. And then Elena's like, no, you're not coming. And Damon's like, why not? And like does this little like, and looks down at his lips. And then Bonnie's like, what's going on with you two? And then she's like, nothing. And then Damon's like, we kissed. It's awkward now. Caroline's house, and Caroline's walking in, unlocking her keys, and like going inside. Everything's good, leaving her keys on the table. And she turns, and then Tyler's just chilling on the couch, and it's like, of course he has to come say sorry because he just bit her. And like, I don't know. Wait a minute. I mean, usually when somebody bites their boyfriend or girlfriend, you kind of have to go apologize. If they're werewolves and vampires. I mean, if they're human, that's just, well. Caroline's like, what are you doing here, Tyler? And then Bill comes in, and he's like, he's going to help me because I don't want to hurt anyone anymore, basically. So then you're just like, yay, Daddy's back. Then we go to the serial killer of Mystic Falls, Miss Meredith. Then Damon walks in, she leaves. She's like, I gotta go to the hospital now. And they're just kind of like, there is something off about you, Meredith. And then considering the fact that I still think that she killed her ex-boyfriend, just putting that out there. I still kind of want to know who killed him, because it's like, that was a serial killer, not a vampire. And it's like, oh, hey, Klaus, straight up in Stefan and Damon's house, drinking their alcohol. I don't think people like sharing their alcohol that much. You're getting a little friendly with those bottles. And then Stefan walks in, he's like, hey, Klaus. And they're like, and Klaus is like, I took my hybrids out of Mystic Falls, and you're still keeping my family in hiding. And he's like, give them back. And he's like, no, not yet. Let's let a couple years go by, then maybe I'll give them back to you. So where are your hybrids? And it's like, oh, they left town. No, they're doing another secret plot because Klaus is always ahead of everyone. Bonnie and Elena are going to the mom's house, and they knock on the door, and then Abby's not there. And then basically, some guy named Jamie opens the door, and he's like, can I help you guys? And he's like, Abby's my mom. And then he's like, oh, come on in then. And he's like, would you guys like anything to drink? Coconut water? And then I started dying because that is an inside joke between me and somebody, but I'm not going to say who because then our cover will be blown. Blown? Sure, why not? I don't even know if I'm speaking right. And then they showed the coconut. Coconut doesn't know who he is yet. Oh crap, I just said he's a he. Well, if you think about it, the coconut ends up showing up in this episode. But then there's coconut twins, so you won't get it because it's an inside joke. So we're just going to keep going. But Team Coconut, just leaving it at that. And I don't know why, when like the fact that the hybrid came in first to Abby's house, I was thinking about Dora, the Explorer Dora, or whatever it's called. When, you know how Swiper, it's like, Swiper, no swiping. And then I felt like the hybrid got there first and swiped Abby Bennett. Sure, why not? Okay, just kidding. That was a really bad reference. Then we go to shirtless Tyler in the, I want to say the Lockwood property or something. And then he has chains tied to him. And he's like, you need to transform into a werewolf. He's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And you're just like, Tyler. Sorry, I would never get to go see an interview now. In chains, looking sexy. Just putting that in there. Switch back to Bonnie and her mom, and they're talking about why she left, and I lost all my powers trapping this original vampire to make sure he didn't get to the doppelganger who was Elena. And you're just like, wait, this has been going on for like way before Stefan even showed up to Mystic Falls to see Elena. You're just like, who would have thought after seeing the pilot that this was gonna turn into originals, doppelgangers, vampire hunters, killers, everything after seeing the pilot? Because I watched the pilot the other day and I was just like, this looks so normal. It looks like teens, and then there's like a few vampires in town, nothing big, and then now it's like, I wouldn't want to live in Mystic Falls. My favorite quote of the day goes to Mr. Stefan Salvatore, where he is like, Elena's looking outside because she's like, I'll meet you outside, Bonnie, and then she walks out, and then Stefan's behind her, and he's like, hi, Elena. Nice lake house. started dying. Damon thinks, oh hey, let's go to the hospital and figure out why this human is over here killing innocent people. And then he walks into the hospital and sees Meredith. He's like, hey, how you doing? I heard your ex-boyfriend died. Everything good? You feeling great? You're still working. You're not crying too much. And you're just like, Damon, I'd be a little scared if you were around me too. So then she's like, come here. And then they go into the room and he's like, I didn't kill him. And then it's like, yes, you did. I know you did. He's like, you just don't get it. How about you talk about how your friend mysteriously became human again? I mean, didn't die or whatever. And then he's like, whatever, I don't have time for this. And then she shows him to the door and there's like attacks him with a rain dart. And he's like, ah. And then they're just like, oh, crap. Go Meredith. 10 points for you. Should have dropped Damon. Take some blood. And then should have, Damon's like waking up. And she's like, oh no, take the blood out. And then runs out. And then you're just like, oh, you're badass, Meredith. And people don't like her, but I thought that was pretty badass. I mean, as much as I love Damon, I just thought that was pretty awesome. So I'm going to give it up to Tori DeVito. You're cool. I like you on the show. I thought that was pretty cool. When that happened, I didn't even know what she was going to do with the blood. I was like, what is this psycho case going to do with the blood? But I still thought it was cool how she knocked Damon down, took his blood, and was like, human 1, 10 points, 0 vampire. Does she want to be a vampire? Like, why'd you take his blood? Bill's like, leave, Caroline. And then Tyler's like, yeah, leave. And then Caroline's like, forget you guys. I don't want to be in the party anyways. And then walks off. And then you're just like, poor Tyler. He was like hurting, and then she's like, you have to turn into a werewolf, or I will never let you see my daughter again. And you're just like, oh. And then we switch back to Bonnie, and Elena, and the mom, and I'm like, I don't trust this Abby chick, so don't tell her anything, Bonnie. I don't trust her. Don't tell her what's going on with Klaus, because obviously the hybrid came in, but I wouldn't trust her anyways. She's acting really suspicious. Like, you have no powers, you can't help anyways. Why would I tell you anything? And Steph and Elena are talking. They're in that little creepy, like, barn area, or whatever. And then Jamie walks in because him and Elena are arguing. You shouldn't have let me out of the loop. Why do you think you can handle everything alone? It's not okay for you to be alone when Klaus is in here. Get the hell out of here before I rip your throat out. And does this little creepy little eye thing. I wish I could do that. That's pretty badass. He comes back with this hunter gun and you're just like, obviously he was not just compelled because he's about to kill you. And should have shoots Stefan like 5 times. And you're just like, well, he shoots him once, but then like, it looks like there's like a lot of stuff. Like, I didn't know what kind of gun that was. There's like 5 things in his like system. And then Elena has to pick them out eventually, but you're just like, Jamie, don't play. And he like hears a gunshot. She's like, what was that? She gets up, and then her mom puts like this powder thing to her mouth and like pulls her back. And they steal Bonnie, and you're just like, oh crap. But then you're just kind of like, they're not gonna do anything because obviously they're the main characters. Like, that's what I hate when like I feel like the show they've been doing too much stealing Elena, too much stealing Bonnie since season 1. So I'm just kind of like, obviously they're gonna make it out alive. And then Damon walks up into Rick's apartment, and then Rick's like, what are you doing? And it's like, you know, looking for a bunny or two. And I was like, I totally love that line, but Stefan's line was still better. And then Bill pops out with like a sledgehammer, and I was like, somebody call Triple H right now. I was like, is that a sledgehammer? Somebody needs to call Triple H right now. If you get who that is, and you get that joke, I will love you forever. If not, just ignore it. But I was like, watch Triple H just pop out in here, because that's a sledgehammer. And I was just like, was it even a sledgehammer? It looked, or was it an axe? I don't know what it was. I was barely like paying any attention to it. But then he starts hitting Tyler with it, and then he's getting cut. It's like, the fuck are you doing? And then it's like, you get him twice, and I'm just like, oh, you're really getting cut now. I was like, if I were you, I would turn into a werewolf and just eat Bill right now. Shut up. He turns into a werewolf, and then Bill's like running towards the door. He's like, these chains are gonna hold me back. Hurry up! And then he like goes and like he like attacks him, and they're just like, oh, did Tyler just see Bill Forbes? Well then, I don't really know. I was like, okay, Caroline and Tyler they broke up already. If Bill's dead, then it's just over. I don't think you can be with somebody after they killed your dad or ate your dad. Sure. Damon's like running down to the old witchy place, and then Klaus is there, and he's like, you made it, finally. And then he's talking to the witches, and I'm about to end the Bennett family line, so if I were you, I'd let me see my coffins. And the witches let him see the coffins, so in this whole point, I'm like, what if Klaus would have walked in there any other day and said that, then they would have gave him his coffins back. So I'm just like, was the whole keeping them in the witchy house pointless since they ended up showing him? The 5th coffin was gone, so I was just kind of like, well, at least a coffin's missing. So technically, we're not having that big of problems. We go to Bill Forbes, and he's like getting into the ER, and you're just like, oh crap, he's in the emergency room. This guy's gonna die now. This is crap. And he's like running in, and then you're just like, oh no, what's gonna happen now? And then Rick shows up and he's like, Meredith, what's going on? Like, we need to talk now. Like, I don't get, why'd you steal Damon's blood? He's like, I'm not a oh my gosh, she's like, I'm not a psychopath. I'm not crazy. I do this for good. And then she walks into the room, she's like, come here. And then she's like, you want to know why I stole his blood? I cheat. I'm a cheating doctor. And then she grabs the blood and injects it into Rick. Into Rick. What am I saying? Into Bill Forbes. She's like, I don't like seeing people die. I'm a doctor. And I was like, oh, that's kind of sweet. You go to Stefan and Elena, and then finally Elena's like taking all the creepy little stuff out of Stefan's chest. Why Elena even told Stefan this? But whatever. She ends up telling him how she and Damon kissed and how she kissed Damon. When I was like, hold up, no way. Honey, he kissed you. You didn't kiss him. You just let it happen. You didn't pull away or anything. But, I mean, he kissed you. Like, he ran back from the porch and he's like, I'm going to regret this. And he kisses her. She didn't pull away or anything, but it's still the fact that she didn't run to him. So, I don't know. I was kind of confused about that. Or did they kiss another time and I just missed it because somebody let me know. Stefan's so sad. I'm just like, oh, crap. This is so sad. I was like, Stefan, no. I felt so bad for Stefan. And I was like, Elena, why would you even tell him that? Like, that's so not cool. He just gets up and walks, like, he's looking so sad. And he's just like, and I was like, Steph. And then Elena, he turns to Elena and he's like, you're better than him. You're better than both of us. And then gets in his car and drives away. And you're just like, once again, Stefan just left Elena in the middle of nowhere alone. What is wrong with you? Poor Elena. She's always stranded. And Bonnie is talking to her mom. I had to leave because I didn't want your powers to get ruined or something like that. Like, the more I was closer to, the less power you would have. So she disappears. She's like, but Bonnie, we can make this happen. I want to be your mom again. Maybe you can help me get my powers back. I'm just kind of like, I still don't trust you, Abby. But sure, why not? Because she's like, you saved this guy. He's not even your family. And I was like, Bonnie feels, I don't know, betrayed? Not betrayed, but replaced, I guess. And Tyler's like, okay, I need to go make sure this fool's alive. She goes into the hospital, knocks on his door, and he's like, oh, thank God, because I didn't know how I was going to explain that to Caroline, that I ate her dad. So then he walks in there, and he's like, you're okay, thank God. Bill's like, it's okay. I knew this was going to happen. So I'll see you tomorrow. We got to keep transforming. He's like, wait, what? I transformed once already. I think I'm good. And he's like, no, you're not. You got to keep doing it, or I'm just not going to let you see my daughter again. And they're just like, I think I'm going to break up with Caroline. I can't do these transformations anymore. And it's like, no, he loves Caroline, so I'm sure he's going to have to keep working at it. Or he's just going to move away and disappear forever and be like, screw Mystic Falls. I'm out. And then he's going to just disappear again and not come back. Wait, don't do that. Andrea's going to be sad then. No, Tyler, you stay in Mystic Falls. I think I just jinxed that. If Tyler ends up leaving again, I'm going to be pissed, so just pretend I didn't say that. We go to Elena's house, which is Alaric's house now, and Jeremy's, even though they kicked Jeremy out, but whatevs. And then him and Meredith are there, and then they're talking, and they end up kissing. Because he's like, okay, well, since you told me your secret, I'm going to tell you mine. And he shows him his ring, and he says, this is how I made it alive, and he shows him some stakes, and he's like, I'm a vampire hunter, or was, or is, but still is, but I'm friends with them. And then he shows him the ring, and then Meredith tries to pull it off, and I'm like, wait, did she just pull off his ring? Did she just pull off his ring? And I was like, hold up, hey, wait, come back. And then Elena walks through the door, and then she leaves, and I'm like, hey, no, you come back here. Let me make sure you didn't steal his ring. I was like, hold on, come back. And then Elena's like, it's fine. We all have to move on, Rick. It's okay, trust me. And then I'm just like, guess she's okay. I was like, it's too soon, Rick. It's too soon. Poor Aunt Jenna. It's too soon. It's too soon. As much as I love Meredith, because I loved her character already. Just because of the fact that she was so, like, I don't know why I'm always into, like, the creepy people that are just kind of like, But I like her a lot. Tori DeVito was awesome on the show already. I hear people were hating on her because she, like, did what she did to Damon, but I thought that was pretty awesome, so go Meredith. And then we go to the lovely Salvatore house, and then Damon's by the fire drinking, I think. And then Stefan walks in. He's like, how's Elena? Everything go well? How's Elena? Should have comes out of nowhere and punches him in the face, and I was like, oh, yes, I love that. I watched that scene like 20 times before I fell asleep. I was like, badass. That was amazing. When he punches him, I'm just like laughing the whole time because I was like, he still has feelings for Elena. To the best part of the dang show at the end. He has like a cemetery going on in his new house. Every single coffin's like laid out. Got Rebecca and then 3 others. And then, I don't know, how many originals are there? 4? Yeah, right. 4 originals. The dad died. Mom, I don't know. Okay. So and he has him there, and then the other hybrid's like, so what's the plan now? He's like, I don't know yet. And then he's walking out, and then the guy's like, and then he falls down. What did I miss, Niklaus? And throws a heart out. And I was like, badass. A great scene to end the show. I was like, best ending ever. Daniel Gillies is back. Thank God. We missed him. I missed him, which I think is really creepy because the fact that, like, in season 2 on episode 20 in my 21 in my recap, I was like, and at the end I was talking with my brother in the vlog, and I was like, Anna's gonna come back. Shut up, Alonzo. Anna's gonna come back. Watch. And then the next episode she came back, and that was really creepy because people were like, are you okay, Andrea? Because you knew that was gonna happen. I was like, I didn't know. I was just saying I love Anna, so she came back. And then in my last recap, I was like, they're gonna undagger Elijah. Just watch. It's gonna happen. Watch. Just watch. And then they undaggered him, so people are looking at me like I'm a freak now. But I don't know. It's just what I want to see. So I know the writers read what you guys tweet them, and then you guys say we want Daniel Gillies back. They're going to try all they can to do please the fans, so don't think I'm a freak for knowing what was going to happen. Thanks for watching my episode review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it.